Hello and welcome to Glitchy Tuts. Today we'll be recreating one of the transitions that 6'3" made. The edit that we'll be looking at will be linked below, or let me just put this thumbnail here and you can check out the channel. So let us begin. We have two clips here that we're going to be working with, and let's start with putting the null objects. Make sure all the null objects are parented, and let's start with editing the scale. We're going to do a 200 to 0 and edit that graph just like what I'm doing right now. We're going to do another zoom transition there from 100 all the way back to 200. We have like this pump that we've created. Now we're going to be working with the next clip, and as you can see here, let me just duplicate this clip and I'll show you what I'm doing in a bit. This one below, let's increase the scale to around 150, and then go to the null object and set the scale from, okay, don't forget to use motion blur. Let's put the scale at 50 and just edit that graph. 50 doesn't seem to be very appropriate. I think 75 is better. Fix that graph. Nice. So we have that, and then you notice there's this little zoom out, so we have to make sure like there's enough space or frame space to do this. So that means that the last keyframe here, I'll take it to 120. Then to the next null object, let's start from 100 and we're going to zoom out all the way up to the point where the second clip is now fully visible. 50 should be okay, but there must have been something that I changed along the way. So I'll just change the scale of the back clip to 175. Then for this one, I'm just going to do a speed graph and adjust the curve. And finally, we're going to do the out transition. It's going to be another 100 to 0, and let's switch to value graph and just edit the graph like so. You can tweak these keyframes bit by bit, increasing the spacing, trying to get the most appropriate feel. So this is like the basic or the base of this transition. The rest are usually fancies like shakes and effects. For you guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do just a quick shake here, and start with the -50 and -50 at both X and Y position. Then for the X, let's go to 50 and move like a keyframe forward and set the Y to 30. Go towards the end and set X to -100 and Y to -25. Of course, you have to make sure you have motion tile, just change those values and mirror the edges. So to this keyframe of your shake, just select all of them and easy ease or click F9. Some weird shake. Move them a bit. Adjust them, speed them up, get the perfect look. Something of this sort. I'm starting to like it actually. Let me just fix a little bit. And then this becomes like an endless loop of adjusting and adjusting and adjusting, but in the long run the final look becomes something that you're satisfied with. So don't just get tired of the little fixes that you do. Those make a huge difference in your edit. And let me just speed this up as I do this process so that you guys don't get bored. And I guess I'll see you guys when we do the next step. I think you can wait for me, right? I don't leave any of you guys behind. You see it? You see it? You're starting to get the look. I'm liking it actually. I think I'm satisfied with that. I'll copy and paste it to the next clip. Oh no, Doji. You've completely masked away the shake that we just made. I'll have to do some adjustments once again. I mean, of course, because I put it on the back clip. But to make it better, you can most probably put it on the null. Now let's do the effects and to an adjustment layer. Let's put turbulent displace and keyframe the amount and size starting from 50 to 0. Of course the size doesn't go all the way to 0, so just 2 is enough. The size is still little, you can always increase it. And as usual, play around with the graph. Next is the optics compensation, and you're going to keyframe from 100 to 0 and also edit the graph. If you think it's not noticeable, you can always fix what you've done and adjust this graph. I'm going to be adding another adjustment layer, and on the other adjustment layer we're going to add wave warp, and this effect I am trying to follow. Let's try and see if it works. Yeah, sawtooth with the direction as 0 and with no pinning done, it actually looks the most appropriate or the closest to what we are trying to achieve. Only issue is now that we don't have the edges having these black edges, those will not work. So what I decided is better to do is just pasting it on the clip instead of putting it on an adjustment layer. Then let's edit that wave height from 0 to 30 and let's leave the wave width to around 40. Then copy and paste that effect to the next clip. Oh no, darling, I realized I also put it on the back clip. Copy it and paste it on the top clip. Sorry about that. Let's change that sign to sawtooth. Direction as 0. That's what we wanted, right? And then let's just add the BCC lens blur and put the gamma at 1000. I forgot to enable the adjustment layer. Remove the wave warp, we don't need that. Enable that. Okay, that works. Highlights, let's put the highlight boost to 100. 100 should be enough, and we're going to be animating that. Iris scale, also let the maximum be 10. So the maximums are 10 and 100, and then the minimums are 0 both. Instead of using highlight boost, you can also use exposure, or you can play around with the curves. There's so many effects you can use, darling. I'm going to just duplicate that adjustment layer, then take it to the next clip and make sure you time reverse those keyframes. So that's what we have. Actually realize sometimes the blur might be blocking out our wave warp completely, so we might need to just adjust these keyframes once again. How did I not realize there's a wave warp in the background? Did I not delete that? I just added another null object. I see, I get it. I'm trying to do a shake where the keyframes are both at 0. I mean the first and the last keyframes are both at 0, and then you just drag this little controller hooker thing and tweak it to what you like, doing it to both the X position and the Y position. Which is definitely covering up all the shake that we try to make. Oh my god, that actually worked. Let's just switch that opposite direction. No, let's take it back to what we had. We'll switch the exposition, adjust that keyframe, and just play around with what you're trying to do. But I must say that background is bothering me. I didn't notice that I did that. Mind you, I worked on it for quite a while. I'm just seeing it. I must have rendered the outcome. I wonder if it's still there. You have to be careful when you edit. Let's just do all these adjustments and you can definitely do the same. 643, if you're watching, I really love your edits and I'd love people to be inspired by you. That's why I make such tutorials. So I do hope you come by. That's something that we can do. See, for the background, I just lowered the opacity to 50. It helps the front clip to actually pop out. Okay, now that we've done that, I also want to add an overlay, and I'll put this overlay much similar to what 643 uses. I'll just use a unmult to remove the black background and a tint to change the color of the particles. And then I'm going to be putting this below the front clip, but in front of the background. And what I'll be doing next is just anything additional, like adding any other exposure that I hadn't added earlier, or any other minor effect that actually helps the edit pop further. That now brings us to the end of this tutorial, and I hope that helps you out. If you are new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you have any other questions, you can always ask in the comments, or you can come to the server. We have a Discord server. The link will also be in the description. Make sure you join that. We have some little community there, and we're always open to help you. That being said, I know my videos take forever to be uploaded and all, but just know that I really love you guys and I appreciate the effort and the support that you give me. I hope I see you guys next time. That's it. Bye bye.